Today we will learn statement of financial position. This is also known as balance sheet. So here it is a limited company balance sheet. So this balance sheet format has many sections. We will see how to represent all the asset and liabilities and equities here in the statement of financial position format. Okay, so for your better understanding, today we have taken a question from 2023 Cambridge IGCSE accounting past paper. I'll show you here how to answer. So before we dive in, let us have a look at the question. Q Limited prepares its financial statements to 31st March each year. The company's retained earnings at 1st April 2022 were $16,250. The following balances were extracted from the company's ledger account after the income statement had been prepared. So here we see a list of asset and liabilities. Okay. So first of all, what to write? Which section here in the statement of financial position? Well, it is non-current asset, yeah. So let us write here non-current asset. So here on the question, what non-current assets we have? We have here fittings and equipment at cost $150,000. We have provision for depreciation, we will subtract. We have motor vehicle at cost, and here provision for depreciation of motor vehicles. Okay, these are 4 items related to this section, non-current asset. Okay, what else non-current asset in the business? Furnitures, land and buildings, properties, motor vehicles. So here first one is fitting and equipment. So let us write here fitting and equipment. So here on the question, the cost price is $150,000. Okay, so here this column is cost column. So we will write here the cost price of the fixed asset or non-current asset. Okay, so here we will write depreciation, we will subtract depreciation, then we will write here net book value. We know net book value equal to cost of the non-current asset minus depreciation. Yeah. So here for fittings and equipment, we have depreciation on the question. It is $40,650. Okay. So we will subtract this amount from the cost price to calculate net book value. Okay. So if we subtract, we get here $109,350. Okay. So first asset is done. Next we have here on the question motor vehicle, right? So let us write here motor vehicle. So here cost price of motor vehicle on the question is $72,000. Okay. So same we have depreciation for motor vehicle. We will write here and we will subtract. Okay. So in this question depreciation is given, but if it is not given, we have to calculate. So I have so many videos on depreciation chapter. You can check out the playlist. Okay, I'll link to the description. Okay, great. So here now depreciation is 31,125. Yeah. So let us minus this amount from the cost to calculate our book value 40,875. Okay. So now we will close this all 3 columns because we do not have any more non-current asset. Okay, we will calculate here. So here $150,000 plus $72,000. If we sum up, we get $222,000. Okay, so here depreciation, these 2 amounts, if we sum up, we get 71,775. Okay. Now if we sum up these 2 net book values, we get here 150,225. Okay. So these 2 columns are closed. We have no more calculation with other items to these columns. So this column is open because we will add these amounts with other non-current asset. Okay. So here our first section is done. Now our next section of the balance sheet is here current asset, right? So we will write up here current asset. Okay, so let us have a look at the question. So here we have current asset inventory $51,750. We have bank balance $176 debit balance. That means it is a current asset. Then we have here trade receivables $19,700 and provision for doubtful debts $591. Okay, this $591 will subtract from the trade receivable. Okay, so here we have three current assets. Yeah, so let us write here one by one. First of all, we have here inventory 51,790. Then we have here bank balance, it is 1,076. Then here we have trade receivables. So here trade receivable we had $19,700, and we have on the question provision for doubtful debts. We'll subtract here, it is $591. Okay, so if we minus this amount from $19,700, we get here $19,109. Okay, so we calculated our current assets. Now this is our total non-current asset and these are our current assets. Okay, we will calculate, we will sum up this all to know our total assets. Okay, so now if we sum up this these assets, we get here $222,000. Okay, this is our total assets. So let us write here total assets. Okay, so we will close this column as we have nothing more. So now we will check our equity and liabilities. Okay, so let us write here equity and liabilities. Okay, so here first of all we will write equity. So on the question we have ordinary share capital $120,000. Okay, so this is only equity we have in this question. So let us write here ordinary share capital. So here we will write in the last column $120,000. Okay, then what will come in this section? Retained earnings. Okay, it will be here. So in our last tutorial we calculated retained earnings. Okay, so if you did not watch that video, I recommend you watch that one, how we calculated retained earnings, then you come back here. Okay, otherwise you will not understand. So I'll keep the link in the description. Okay, so let us write here retained earnings. So last tutorial we calculated $20,750. Okay, so now what to do, we'll sum up these two amounts. Okay, so here if we add, we get $140,750. Okay, now what is the next section? It is non-current liability. Yeah, so let us write here non-current liability. Okay, so here on the question we have 5% debentures repayable 2029 $40,000. This is for long term. And then we have bank loan repayable 2027. This is also for 3-4 years. So here it is $10,000. Okay, so these are all long term liability. Yeah, long term liabilities are non-current liability. Yeah, so let us write here these two. First one is debenture. So here 5% debenture $40,000, and then we have here loan, it is $10,000. So if we add these two amounts here, our total non-current liability is $50,000. Okay, our last section, what is this? Well, it is current liability. Yeah, so let us write here current liability. So what current liabilities we have on the question? So here we have trade payables $31,340. Okay, so this is only current liability on the question. Okay, so what else current liability in the business, like bank overdraft, other payables, any short-term loan. Okay, so in this question we have only trade payables. So let us write here trade payables. It is $31,450. Okay, so great, we wrote all the asset and liabilities here. Now we will check these totals. Okay, so this total must be equal to the total assets. Okay, here we have our equities. It is $40,750. Non-current liability $50,000, and current liability here $31,450. Okay, so here if we add this all three amounts, we get $22,200. Okay, so our assets equal to liabilities plus equity. Okay, so here we will write total equity and liabilities. Okay, great, we finished. So this is how you need to prepare statement of financial position, but you need to remember these steps. Okay, this is a complete format, complete balance sheet. If you understand this one, you can answer many questions in your exam or test.